I'd like to invite up to the stage Dr. Walid Abu Shaba. Dr. Walid, who's going to recite from the Holy Quran for us. Dr. Walid Abu Shaba is a member of our board, and he received his PhD in molecular biology from right here at Rutgers University. He completed a postdoc at the Cancer Institute of New Jersey, and he's currently a full professor at Berkeley College and an adjunct professor at Montclair University. Because he has some extra time on his hands, Dr. Abu Shaba also serves as the event committee coordinator at the Al-Ghadir Benevolent Foundation in North Bergen, and takes part in Islamic studies and is a Quran instructor at the Al-Ghadir Islamic Center. Please welcome to the stage Dr. Walid Abu Shaba.
I'm going to be reciting verses from the Holy Quran from Surah Taha. Taha is another word which describes the Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. أعوذ بالله تعالى من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. طه ما أنزلنا عليك القرآن لتشقى إلا تذكرة لمن يخشى تنزيلا ممن خلق الأرض والسماوات العلى الرحمن على العرش استوى له ما في السماوات وما في الأرض وما بينهما وما تحت الثرى وإن تجهر بالقول فإنه يعلم السر وأخفى الله لا إله إلا هو له الأسماء الحسنى وهل أتاك حديث موسى إذ رأى نارا فقال لأهلهم كثوا إني آنست نارا لعلي آتيكم منها بقبس أو أجد على النار هدى فلما أتاها نودي يا موسى إني أنا ربك فاخلع نعليك إنك بالوادي المقدس طوى وأنا اخترتك فاستمع لما يوحى إنني أنا الله لا إله إلا أنا فاعبدني وأقم الصلاة لذكري إن الساعة آتية أكاد أخفيها لتجزى كل نفس بما تسعى فلا يصدنك عنها من لا يؤمن بها واتبع هواه فترضى وما تلك بيمينك يا موسى قال هي عصاي أتوكأ عليها وأهش بها على غنمي ولي فيها مآرب أخرى قال ألقها يا موسى فألقاها فإذا هي حية تسعى قال خذها ولا تخف سنعيدها سيرتها الأولى واضمم يدك إلى جناحك تخرج بيضاء من غير سوء آية أخرى لنريك من آياتنا الكبرى اذهب إلى فرعون إنه طغى قال رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي واجعل لي وزيرا من أهلي هارون أخي أشدد به أزري وأشركه في أمري كي نسبحك كثيرا ونذكرك كثيرا إنك كنت بنا بصيرا صدق الله العلي العظيم. صلوات على محمد وآل محمد. The following is the translation for what I recited in English. In the name of God, the merciful, the compassionate. Taha. Let me just a few seconds trying to pull it up. Taha. We have not sent down to you the Quran that you be distressed. This is God speaking to the Holy Prophet Muhammad. But only as a reminder for those who fear God. A revelation from He who created the earth and highest heavens. The most merciful, who is above the throne established. To Him belongs what is in the heavens and what is on the earth, and what is between them and what is under the soil. And if you speak openly, then indeed He knows the secret and what is even more hidden. God, there is no deity except Him. To Him belongs the best names, the most beautiful names. And has the story of Moses reached you? When he saw a fire and said to his family, "Stay here, indeed, I have perceived a fire. Perhaps I can bring you a torch or find at that fire some guidance." And when he came to it, he was called, "O Moses, indeed I am your Lord, so remove your sandals. Indeed, you are in the sacred valley of Tuwa. And I have chosen you, so listen to what is revealed to you. Indeed, I am God, there is no deity except me, so worship me and establish prayer for my remembrance. Indeed, the hour is coming. My will is to keep it hidden so that every soul may be rewarded according to their efforts. So do not let those who disbelieve in it and follow their desires distract you from it, or you will be doomed. And what is that in your right hand, O Moses? He said, Moses, "It is my staff, I lean upon it, and I bring down leaves for my sheep, and I have therein other uses." God said, "Throw it down, O Moses." So he threw it down, and thereupon it was a snake moving swiftly. God said, "Seize it and fear not. We will return it to its former condition. And draw in your hand to your side, it will come out white without disease," another sign, "that we may show you some of our greater signs. Go to Pharaoh, indeed he has transgressed." Moses said, "My Lord, uplift my heart for me, and ease for me my task, and make my task easy, and remove the impediment from my tongue, that they may understand my speech. And appoint for me a helper from my family, Aaron, Harun, my brother. Increase through him my strength, and let him share my task, that we may exalt you much and remember you much. Indeed, you are of us. Indeed, you have always been overseeing over us." صدق الله العلي العظيم وصلوات على محمد وآل محمد.
Thank you, Dr. Abu Shaba. So I wanted to take a moment before I introduce the next person up to the podium and just remind everyone here that Muslims for Peace is a complete volunteer organization. You'll see a lot of people running around with name tags on today. So this event was put together by all of them. So if you see them, please take a moment and thank them. We're looking forward to a great afternoon. And to tell you a little bit more about our organization, I'm now going to introduce up to the stage Sakina Abdi. Sakina is one of our younger people in the group, and she's a student right here at Rutgers studying nutrition. Sakina Abdi, please. Yeah, please give her a warm welcome. Thank you.
Assalamu alaikum, everyone. My name is Sakina, and I want to tell you a little bit about the Muslims for Peace organization. First off, I wanted to thank everyone for being here tonight for our 14th annual Interfaith event. This event could not be possible without the help of the Muslims for Peace team that works tirelessly to make every event successful. Muslims for Peace is a nonprofit organization that aims to bridge people from different religious and ethnic backgrounds together. Muslims for Peace has a mission to transcend boundaries of faith and unite every community on the basis of education. We believe that educating each other about our differences is the best way to interconnect people, increase tolerance, and facilitate the peacemaking process around the world. We also work towards developing a better understanding about Islam. We are all humans, and our duty towards humanity is to collectively strive and work to seek justice for all. Our board members take initiative and organize events in which the community as a whole can give back together. We hope that you continue to support our future endeavors and enjoy the program today. Thank you.
Thank you, Sakina. Next, I'd like to introduce a special guest that we have this afternoon. Afshin Shamsi is on the board of the New Jersey ACLU. She is a former board member of the Princeton Public Schools. She has served on the Princeton Human Service Commission. She has an MS in Strategic Communications from Columbia University and a BA in International Studies from Fairleigh Dickinson University. She is a current Director of Communications and Marketing for the Graduate School of Education at Rutgers University and has a special message for us this afternoon. Please welcome Afshin Shamsi.
Assalamu alaikum. I want to thank Muslims for Peace for inviting me to speak today about my resolution, which calls on our local, county, statewide, and federally elected officials at every level, including the President and the White House, to reunify migrant families, put an end to migrant detention, and to defund immigration enforcement, and to allow families to go through immigration proceedings with legal representation. It's an honor for me to be here today. Like many across the nation, I've been in a lot of pain over the inhumane treatment of migrant families at our borders, in our detention centers, and in the interior of the country. Many of these families are fleeing violence or persecution in their countries of origin and have traveled great distances, overcoming the dangers of the road to seek a better life in the United States. They deserve our compassion and, at the very least, the opportunity to seek the protection of the United States by allowing them to go through immigration proceedings. Instead, they are faced here with unspeakable horrors, having their children taken away, being put in unsanitary cages without adequate food, water, and necessary medications. Children have died in these detention centers, and according to the Justice Department, many more have been sexually assaulted. I cannot begin to imagine the trauma these children and families must be experiencing, the devastating effects of which will last a lifetime. For a long time, as I saw this unfolding, I felt helpless, until I went to my mayor and council in Princeton and asked them to raise their voice on this issue. Princeton's mayor, Liz Lempert, invited me to draft a resolution for them to consider. I admit I was daunted by the task because I had never drafted a resolution before. But I did so with help from the ACLU New Jersey's senior staff attorney, Farron Anello, who works on immigrants' rights, and Make the Road New Jersey's Director of Worker Organizing and Policy, Adil Ahmed. That is how this movement started. The resolution has thus far been passed by Montgomery, Bound Brook, Princeton, Hoboken, Jersey City, Trenton, and several other New Jersey towns are considering it as well. Thank you. It is noteworthy that Mayor Sadaf Jaffer of Montgomery, a fellow Shia Muslim, was the first to lead in passing the resolution in New Jersey and in the nation. A couple of weeks ago, I also spoke to the executive director of a national nonprofit which has 150 chapters across the country, and they've agreed to help by calling upon their membership to disseminate the resolution across the nation. To this end, I'm developing a toolkit for them. As a practicing Muslim, I feel obligated to do this work because I believe that Islam and Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, teach us to speak up against injustice. And this is an injustice of the worst kind where children are being seriously harmed. I believe it is our duty as Muslims to do everything we can to reunify these children with their parents and to help these migrant families in any way that we can. In closing, as I've gone to different towns to speak in support of the resolution, some people have opined that it's not a township's place to comment on national matters. I sometimes wonder if this is how the Holocaust started, with people thinking, this is not my place to comment, this is not my jurisdiction. I believe that this is an issue for every person of conscience, every business, every corporation, every institution, and every elected official. Given the horrific and inhumane treatment of migrant families in our country, I believe that we collectively as a society, and we particularly as Muslims, given the teachings of the Holy Prophet, need to raise our voices on this and take a stand against this grave injustice. I ask you today to join me in what has become a fast-growing movement to call for an end to the inhumane treatment of migrants in our country and to call on your township where you reside to raise their official voice to call for an end to the inhumane treatment of migrants in our country. I hope you will join me in raising your voices against injustice, and I thank you for giving a voice to the voiceless. Assalamu alaikum.
Thank you, Afshin. Because I don't know about you guys, it's 2:15, we just started, I'm already inspired. But I think we're going to start doing, I'm going to do even one better for you. The next gentleman that, not gentleman, the next group actually that we're going to bring onto the stage, I had the pleasure of meeting Mushi Bihan about 2 years ago. We got connected, I don't even know how, through some group, and we started talking and we started communicating and we started trying to work together. Our schedules haven't allowed that as much as I'd like to, but Mushi Bihan is, in simple terms, involved in everything. If you don't know him and you're in the state of New Jersey, all you got to do sometimes is look up. He's the CEO of a tech company. He's a computer scientist. He's trained at NYU and Wharton. He's active with local mosques and charities, and he's founded numerous companies. And when I contacted him and said that Muslims for Peace would like to give him an award for his recent work, he came to me and he said, no, this award doesn't belong to me, it belongs to me and my co-founders. Some of you may know that Mushi, Jawad Yunus, and Mushi's wife Ali have founded a 501c3 by the name of Urban Food Alliance. And the core mission of the Urban Food Alliance is to combat hunger here in New Jersey. Please. So their group has been instrumental in preparing and delivering meals to the needy, to the homeless, and those that are just hungry. So this year, what we would like to do is we'd like to recognize their work and their 501c3, and I'd like to welcome them all up to the stage. And we humbly give them Muslims for Peace 2020 Humanitarian Award.
Thank you, everyone. I speak loud. I hope you can hear me at the back, right? When it comes to food, people always tell me, how did you say your name? I'm just going to just make sure that by the time you walk out, you don't forget my name. How many of you like sushi? Raise your hand. Now you all know. This is exactly how we spell my name. Replace S with M. And you say like Mushi, right? Now I want to thank Muslim for Peace. I know the founder of Muslim for Peace, Mustafa Kareem and Mustafa Ali and Omar and Irshad for a long time. Many of them, I know them a long time. So I was surprised when Omar told me we try to work a longer time, did not work out. So like I said, I do so many things. I am behind the scenes supporting the Muslim for Peace. At the end of the day, we have one issue in this world. So many people are looking at all the division. How do we divide each other? Where Muslim for Peace, the core message is how can we unite one another, right? Spread the good news. So, and as you can see, when it comes to food brings people come together, right? So our mission is the same. We want to help other people regardless what you believe in. We want to thank Muslim for Peace to recognize what we do. We want to thank everybody. These two persons behind me, I would never be able to do it if they would not put up with me. So what I want to have, I have them at least, especially my wife and the owner of Kanbaba. He was born in his restaurant. So people will say, who is the Kanbaba owner? So that's a guy, a very humble guy, right? You can see that today he said, not even bring me here. I said, no, I'm not coming here if you are not coming with me. So that's why he's here. So I want to thank you, please do that. From my wife. Tell the story how he's born. I will put that. Very good.
So I just want to share the origins of Urban Food Alliance. We are very humbled to get this award from Muslims for Peace. Thank you. I'm sure there are a lot of people doing a lot of good things in our communities. So we are humbled by this. Thank you. Basically, we're privileged enough to live in a fairly affluent community. And in our streets, we have frequent block parties with our neighbors, which we participate in because, again, it's important to get to know everybody, right? So about 2 years ago, we had this block party, and we said, let's do a potluck. Now, I'm quite busy. I have kids. I have a job, right? So we did our part of the potluck with catering from Kanbaba. But anyway, families brought food in, and we had a good time, and it was really fun. And towards the end of the day, one of our neighbors came, and he hadn't been there the whole entire time. And he said to us, I was so embarrassed to come to this party because I didn't have any food to bring and to share. But I'm so hungry, so I'm here now to see if you have any leftovers you can share with us. And it shocked us. We didn't realize this man had been going through foreclosure on his home, and he was doing everything he could to keep a roof over his house and his family's roof over himself and his family. And we were totally unaware of it, and he lived 4 houses down from us. So when we spoke to Brother Jawad about this, he said, this shouldn't be happening. Send him to my restaurant and we'll feed him. Right? And so this is how we started. We discovered in our town that there are actually many homeless people, many hungry people, despite the fact that we don't see homeless people in the streets. We don't see people begging for food. We don't see people begging for pennies. But we have people who are hungry, who go to sleep hungry at night. So that is the time that we decided to make this not-for-profit organization so that we can make a continuous effort to help those in our neighborhoods. And it really is our responsibility. I know there are so many difficult issues happening in the world today that we care about, but we cannot forget our neighbors. And I hope that you will look up urbanfoodalliance.org, and hopefully, inshallah, you can reach out to us, see how you can help us. It's all volunteer run, and and we rely on donations from everybody. And we serve everybody who's hungry, everybody who's in need, regardless of religion or race or ethnicity. So we hope to continue the work, and we hope to continue to expand into other areas. And we'd like to thank you again for this work.
So far, we have done 11,000 meals as of yesterday. We started our work just like about a year or a little bit over a year ago. So 11,000, and this coming year, right before Ramadan, we are going to expanding our operation in Pakistan and Gujarat. I think he's working on it right now. We will do it in Pakistan right before Ramadan, and our goal is every day at least 1,000 meals. Just go to the urban areas wherever people do not have access to the food. Then we have operation also going on in India. So at the same time, that we'll try to see if we can do both in parallel before Ramadan coming in. So this is the start. There are so many good things we can do here for our next generation, and also we can do where we cannot forget where we come from. I want to thank everyone for supporting us, and please do join urbanfoodalliance.org, and you can see we do every weekend at Karnataka. Thanks again.